Two Why You Fight in here of all times. Good morning, y'all. I don't know if anybody's here yet or not. Y'all don't pay attention to my kitchen. I've got dishes over here and I'm still not cleaned and I'm still drinking coffee. What time is it? Lord, it's 12:20 in the morning no more. I'm about to render some beef fat. It looks pretty clean, but I'm gonna go through it just to see that there's no, pieces of meat or bristle. I hope that I'm on the right thing. Says I am, so hopefully I am. And I thought I would just say, hey, while I was looking through it, because it'll take 4 hours. And then once it's done, I'll come back. I'm going to lay it on this. I looked everywhere and then some for just beef fat. And I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I seen some that was already made. They said it was in Publix in Rome. So I called up there and they didn't have it. So I called everywhere and finally found just the fat at the Piggly Wiggly. So I'm telling y'all, I love that grocery store more and more and more because they have everything. I was like, Lord, they got more than the, bigger normal grocery stores. I think this is pretty clean, but I'm just going to look at it and see. And I'm going to be doing a good bit. This is 3.5 pounds. And I got 2 of them. I think I'm just supposed to look through anything that's like meat. But they've got this cleaned up pretty good. They really do. There's hardly... You can see a tad in it. But not much. So while I talk to y'all, I'll see if there's any big pieces that got missed. Then once I finish with that, I mean, it's good for you. It's good to cook with and all that stuff. Not that I've ever done it. I've not done it and I'm not cooked with it, but we're about to try. And I'll have enough, hopefully. Well, I should have plenty. I think it said if I rendered 7 pounds, I would end up with 4 to 5 pounds of tallow. I need about a half a cup, I think, to make what I wanted to. Because I want to do moisturizer. So I was reading about it, and I have psoriasis in my scalp that drives me insane. And it's terrible right now. Now, don't say it's good for that. It says it's good for eczema. So I'm going to do some for moisturizer for my face, because my face is so dry right now. And I went through moisturizer like crazy. Now, it does say if you have an oily, if you tend to have oily skin and have acne, that you probably don't want to use the tallow on your face. Although it's really good for it. It has a lot of benefits. And I was thinking yesterday when I was going through it, I thought, I'm just going to try me some of that. See if it works. And it also, most of them, some of them, I seen one man that did it in the oven because he says it kind of stinks. I see some of them doing it in a crock pot, some of them do it in a stock pot, which is what I'm going to do. And then some of them do it in the oven. But I'm just going to do the oven today. Anything I can see that's bigger pieces of meat, I'll throw over there. Yeah, I really do like that grocery store. The more we go over there, the more I love it. Joseph was already at school, so he was close. He was like, what are you doing with that anyway? The weird things you come up with. Well, it sounded interesting to me. Now I got to get it all back in here. I'll just do it this way. Just pick it up and go. Let's see. Let me put y'all where you can kind of see what I'm doing. Now, it also says when you're doing this that some people, thank you, Beth. I've had this in forever. And I think Susie said the same thing. Thank you, Susie. It says that I lost my train of thought. Oh, there's different methods. There's a dry way of doing it, which would just be put it in here and do it. And then there's the wet way of doing it. And it does say if you're going to use it on your face as a moisturizer, to do the wet method. And that also says that if you do the wet method, there's more of a chance of it going rancid. But I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to be standing here We'll cook it 4 hours. And then you just put it over in mason jars. You can put essential oil in it. I didn't get any to put in mine. I already have some, but it's like cinnamon and stuff. And since I'm going to use it on my face, I'll probably leave it scent free and just do it plain. But like if you had lavender drops or eucalyptus or whatever you wanted to, you could put it in there, because it probably would feel good on your face if you had like mint or something. But I'm just going to leave it straight up plain. Let me grab that other bag. Anybody besides me still got Christmas up? Please somebody say yes. I don't feel so bad. I took some of it down last night, but very little. I told JoJo to get out the boxes and we'd start getting some of it today. I told Tillman, though, I said, I tell you what, I'm about tempted, because I had put, I see Slow Collection. I hope it's okay. I had put that red ribbon and those red, well, really they're burgundy, like roses in the tree. And I told them, I said, you know, it wouldn't take nothing to just turn this into a Valentine tree and we could leave it as is. Because it really wouldn't. All I'd have to just take Christmas off of it and maybe add a few more flowers. I hate taking it down. I get depressed this time of year. A lot of people do, I think. Being, you know, stuck in the house all the time. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, you ain't stuck in the house. You could go, and we could go. But it's harder than people think when you've got children to just pick up and go sometimes. So you find yourself just staying in a lot. Especially on days like this when it's super cold. I'm trying to look around, see if I see anything. They've got this cleaned up really good for you. And it was, I can tell y'all, $2.99 a pound there. So it's a lot cheaper because, I mean, it was basically $22 for these 2 bags of fat. But now if I wanted to just go out and buy tallow to make moisturizer, it's about $15 a jar. Some of them's higher than that. And this will last me a lot longer. And it says you can put it in the refrigerator after you put it in your mason jar. You don't have to sell them or anything. You just put it in your mason jar. Then you put it in the refrigerator and it lasts up to 3 months. And it's supposed to be really good and flavorful, like to cook with. And I'll look before I come back on and we do the rest of it. But it was like vitamin D, I think, vitamin K. It has a lot of benefits that just your normal cooking oil wouldn't have. So I can use it to cook with, and I can use it to get rid of some of these wrinkles. I noticed yesterday I didn't wear makeup. And the day before I didn't. I wore concealer. Because if I didn't, y'all would really die. But I didn't have on foundation. And when I turned the camera on a minute ago, I thought, look, I'm so much more wrinkled with the foundation. Has anybody else noticed that? I wished I could find the foundation. I think it's the powder. After you do your foundation and you put it on and then all your wrinkles shine. And I was thinking yesterday, golly, Melissa, you look better just with moisturizer if I just had a even skin tone all over. I used to have it, and now I'm getting those spots everywhere. Seen a couple of. It's messy. Yeah, I'm kind of excited, and I'm going to do, I'll leave most of it solid, and then like I said, I'll come back once it's rendered, and we'll mix up the face moisturizer, and you use your KitchenAid mixer or whatever for that, and you can make it 2 different ways, but I want that fluffy type that's more like a mousse type moisturizer, and it's nothing to it. It's kosher salt, the rendered fat, and if you're going to use the essential oils, you'll have essential oils. But I'm like I said, since I'm going to put it on my face and around my eyes and stuff, I'm going to just leave it straight plain. I'm not going to put any scent in it. See if I can. this down in here. And I'm going to use the wet method. So I'm going to need about, I believe for their 4 to 5 pound, it was a half a cup of water in the bottom. So since I've got 7, I'll put about 3/4 cup of water in the bottom. And then you have to cook it on real low. Let me rinse my hand off. I got this fat all over them. Then you cook it. Some of them say medium high, and most of them say low. So I'm going low because it tells you several times that it will burn. You have to be careful. That's why I almost used crock pot. But I'd only seen one person do that with crock pot, and I think, y'all, I'm having a hard time getting this off. It's fat, so I'm going to use my nail brush, and it's still. I can see where, now maybe once it's made up, it'll be different, but look at this. I've done put 2 things of soap on my hands and see how greasy they still are. So I can see where this moisturizer would be, you know, a real moisturizer. But lately I've got to where I don't have a certain kind of wear. I swap them out when I get my box. I get an empty box every month, and they always come with moisturizers. But I swear lately I've got to where I'll put it on, and within 5 minutes my face is dry like crazy again. Like, Lord, I can go through a lot of moisturizer. Let me look at that flame. It'll get me. Let me wipe this up, and we'll grab our water. I'll read some of y'all's questions. Then I'll look and see if y'all got Christmas up. Most people's probably got it down. I'm the procrastinator. It's not that I'm procrastinating as much as I just don't like taking it down. To me, the living room is just so plain. Everything's so boring. It just seems so empty. In fact, I was telling someone last night, I said, you know, if we take this down, I said, I need to go buy me 2 or 3 or more of those. Put about 3/4 cup in it. I don't know if it'll ever make the bottom, and find my lid. And I guess we'll just let it do its thing for, trying to find me a big spoon, y'all. But I just, for 4 hours, and I'll look at y'all stuff. I guess I just leave it. You just leave it. I'm just going to walk away and leave it. As long as it's on low. Hey, Becky. Let's see. They're at the Brand Largella. I used to use her stuff. What is that stuff she's got? And it's all in one compact. And it's kind of all different colors. It's not a bronzer. I guess they use it for, I got some fat on my nose. I guess they use it for baked. It's called something in baked. Because I used to use her stuff. Back in the day when my mama was alive, we were QVC watchers. And we ordered everything from QVC, and that's where she used to be mostly. So we've tried all that makeup. Bare Essentials, Largeller. She used to get this stuff, and I swear it works. And I ran out of it. My aunt gave me some. I don't think she even gave it to me on purpose. It was in a bag full of stuff. I said, I still feel like a kid when I go to church, and she'll show up with all that stuff, and it'll be like makeup and skincare and all this stuff. And I was going through with it, and it was called Beverly Hills something. But it was like crepe erase. And I can remember my mama ordering crepe erase, I think it was what it was called back in the day, from QVC. And that stuff works. Now, if you overuse it, it'll peel up and you can't put your makeup or nothing on top of it. But it really works. Somebody said, and I think Mama used to do that too. She would do Preparation H around her eyes if they were real bad. But the only thing when you do stuff like that is you can't put nothing over it. What is it? I missed the beginning. Rendering fat, maybe. It is. I'm rendering a bunch of beef fat to make beef tallow. And then I'm going to take part of that beef tallow. It's got to cook 4 to 6 hours. So I'll come back when it's done, and I'll take part of that beef tallow, and I'm going to make face moisturizer. Now, it does say if you've got oily skin, you know, that you may break out with acne with it. But if you don't, that it's supposed to be super good for you and super moisturizing and full of vitamins. And I'm going to give it a try. I'm just curious. I thought, well, that'd be fun because you can take a half a cup and make that. All you need is that and kosher salt, and essential oils if you want some sort of scent in it. But I'm gonna leave mine just plain. Revision has a great line of products. Their foundation. Now that's one I haven't heard of. IntelliShade is lightweight and has SPF 45 in it. I hadn't even heard of that one. Revision. Today I've just got, because I run out of my good one. My good one is Lord, if I had them. It's not Estee Lauder. Clinique. The last one I tried, I was using It Cosmetics. They have a pretty good foundation. It's a serum foundation. And this last one I bought was Clinique. Better than serum foundation. And I really like it. It's light and it's buildable and it's light. I think I'm at that age that it don't matter what you put on it. It's going to find those fine lines and wrinkles. And I don't have it. My worst problem under my eyes is the bags. I still got that style on my eyes. It's not as bad. But yesterday I could raise up and you could see it was swollen right here, which was what was weird. I was like, that's not the style. The style was way up here, but I was swollen all the way down to here. It's almost like my tear duct was messed up yesterday. And I said something to Tammy about being puny and she's fussing at me. She says, I said, of all people. She talks about hers all the time, her health. She said, no, I don't. We're sisters, y'all. I have very sensitive skin. I can only use Clinique. I like that Clinique, but I'm out of it right now. That's a trip to Rome. I have to go all the way to another town to get it, unless I order it online. Well, I was just basically going to come in and tell y'all what I was doing this morning. I'm going to render that fat. When it's done, then I'll come back and we'll make something besides food today. We'll make moisturizer. Last night, I've got a video I could put up. I'll show y'all. Let's see if it looks like that in here. We'll see. Can y'all see that? It's peach. I don't think I can. I'll pick it up. It's been sitting here, so don't look too. It's not cold. I mean, it's cold now. But Lord, it's good. I'll put the video up, but y'all go look at that video, and when it comes out of the oven, it looks burnt. And it's not burnt. You can see it's not burnt. It was just the lighting, I think. The pecans in the video look black almost. And I almost wasn't going to use it, and I thought, well, it's not. And you can tell it's not when I put it on the plate and I put it up in the camera at the very end. But I did brown them. I actually roasted those pecans on purpose. JoJo don't like nuts, so that's why there's so much of it left. He went, you put nuts in it. And that's what I did. And then I roasted them because I wanted them to have that real toasty taste. So it was basically a cake mix, peaches, and those toasted pecans. Man, is it good. A peach dump cake is what it is. I'll throw that up in a little bit because I just got, it's on this phone I'm using. So I can put it up a little bit. It'll just be an upload, so y'all have to kind of watch for it. But I'll see y'all in 4 hours, I guess, or so. If all goes well, and we'll do some moisturizer today. I'll see y'all later. I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go in here and do some laundry. You can hear it going behind me. Bye, y'all.